Most designers I talk to have tried the Claude desktop app maybe once. They opened the default chat tab, typed a question, maybe got a decent answer, and that was kind of it. But the app actually has 3 tabs and each one does something completely different. I'm a designer, I don't write any code, and I've been using all 3 tabs in my day-to-day workflow for months now. I've used them to think through ideas, automate busy work, and even build a working web app completely from scratch. So I want to walk you through each tab, what it actually does, and where it fits into a real designer's workflow. So chat is the one most designers have already touched. It's the default screen when you open the Claude app. And honestly, it works a lot like ChatGPT or any other AI tool for that matter. You just type a question and it answers. The reason I personally like using Claude specifically for design related stuff is that for the kind of writing and thinking I do as a designer these days, it just seems to give me better results. Now, that's not me saying you have to use Claude over everything else. It's just what's been working for me lately. I think I'd be open to switching tools at some other point in the future if there's another one that comes out and just works a lot better for my workflow. And one of my favorite ways to use it, and this is actually one I haven't really seen anyone talk about, is getting Claude to ask me questions. So instead of trying to write some perfect prompt up front, I'll just describe the rough idea of what I have in my head and then tell Claude to ask me any relevant questions you need to get started. Don't guess or make any assumption. For example, let's say I wanted to build a browser extension that allows me to extract the design system from any website. So I'll type something like, I want to build a small browser extension that allows me to extract the design system from any website, ask me any relevant questions, don't make any assumptions, and then I'll hit submit. Okay, so as you can see, it's loading a response now, and what you'll then notice is that it's gonna start to ask me some questions that we see now here at the bottom of the screen. So right now it's asking me, which browser am I targeting? For this demo, let's say I want to target Chrome, because who doesn't use Chrome? What design tokens do you want to extract? Let's see, color, spacing, shadows, borders, and effects, all of the above. How should the extracted system be outputted? Let's go for a pop-up panel in the browser. So what it's going to do is review my answers to each of those questions and then determine if it needs any more information from me to build out this tool. So now it's saying, how should extraction work? Scan the entire page at once or let you inspect specific elements. I'm going to say both here. So again, it's going to keep asking me questions. I'm not going to go through and answer all of these because it'll just take me too much time. But the idea is that I'm getting Claude to ask me questions instead of me having to come up with the perfect prompt up front. And I think that's what makes this trick so powerful. It's less like talking to an AI tool and more like talking to a really patient product manager. The web app I mentioned at the start of this video is actually a perfect example of this. I didn't open Claude and try to describe the whole thing in one prompt. I actually started off in the chat tab, roughed out the idea I had in my head, got Claude to ask me questions, and by the end of that conversation, I had a PRD that I could simply hand straight to Claude Code. And because that chat helped me write that PRD, the build itself was a lot smoother. I wasn't constantly going back and forth trying to explain what I meant, but I'll share more details about the build a bit later. Another idea I've been thinking about recently, and this one might actually be useful if you're working on your portfolio right now, is using chat to turn long case studies into something that's way more digestible. And if you've been watching my stuff for a while now, you'll already know that I'm a big fan of showcases over case studies, because a lot of portfolio case studies still have those long walls of text. And I personally get why people do it that way, but the reality is most hiring managers and recruiters aren't going to read all of that because they just don't have the time. So at this stage in the hiring process, they just want to know the problem you're trying to solve, how you approached it, and what the final outcome was. And that's pretty much it. So for example, this is what most designers' case studies look like in their portfolios. It's usually this long text-heavy wall of text that no one really wants to read. And honestly, if your case study is written out like this, a really easy thing for you to try is to copy all of this text from the page. I'm going to copy everything from this Google Doc, but obviously you would copy it from whatever page has the case study that you've written. So if it's on your portfolio, you can copy it directly from there. If you wrote it somewhere else, like inside of Notion or in a Google Doc, you just copy all of the case study like I'm doing here. So I'm going to copy all of this and paste it into Claude Chat and say something like, rewrite this as a project case, project showcase, lead with the problem, keep the process tight, end with the outcome. A hiring manager should be able to read the whole thing in under a minute. So we're gonna go ahead and submit that prompt. Great, so the portfolio showcase is ready, and what comes back is the same story. It's just in a much shorter, scannable format. And this is exactly the kind of thing that a recruiter or a hiring manager can quickly read and still walk away with knowing exactly what you did on the project. All right, next up we have the Cowork tab. And to switch to the Cowork tab, you come over here to this side panel and you click this option that has the checklist icon. And this brings you to a completely different part of the app. And this is honestly one of my favorite tabs at the moment. And it's also the one I think most people haven't really explored yet. Not because they're avoiding it, but because you can only access Cowork inside of the Claude desktop app. So you don't see it in the browser version at all. One thing worth noting as well is that Cowork doesn't carry over context from your chats in the chat tab. This tab inside of Cowork is completely separate. And the main thing that makes Cowork different from chat is that you give it access to a folder on your computer, and then you can have it do things with the files inside that folder. It can read them, summarize them, pull things out of them, organize them, basically whatever you need. It's an extremely powerful feature. So let me show you a couple ways I've been using it that might also be relevant to you guys. One idea I've been sitting with recently, and this is one that actually ties back into the showcase stuff I was just talking about a few minutes ago, is just using Cowork to help write the first draft of a case study or a showcase for your portfolio. Okay, so I'm gonna open the mobile app redesign folder here. And to do that, I'm gonna select work in a project. I'm gonna choose a different folder. I'm gonna go to my desktop inside of this Claude demo folder. And here I have the mobile redesign folder. And within this folder, this is where we have all of the general notes for this project, the PRD, and some photos from the process. So this should give Claude all the context it needs to help me write the first draft of the case study. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose open. And then now what I'm gonna do is open up this chat here. Let me use the voice chat this time. Review all the documents in the folder and write the first draft of a simple project showcase for my design portfolio, highlighting the problem, the approach, and the outcome. Okay, now we're gonna hit to submit this prompt. And from here, we can start to see what it's doing as it's going through the process. We can see that it's reading all the files, and it's reading the PRD, it's reading the scratch notes, the project case study, and the meeting notes. And it's going to use all of that context to start to put together the first draft of this project showcase. And as you know, writing the first draft from scratch is usually the hardest part of putting together a case study. Even when you've got all the project context sitting right in front of you, writing something coherent on a blank page is still really hard. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, we're designers, and writing just isn't something most of us signed up for. Okay, looking back over here, it looks like it just finished writing the first draft. So to view it, I can click here and it's gonna open it up in this side panel. And from what we can see, it's not perfect. We still have to clean it up a little bit, but this is such a huge time saver. The other way I've been using Cowork lately is for what's basically an automation. So the official term for it inside Claude is a scheduled task, but essentially that's all it really is. Something you set up once and then it runs on its own. To access scheduled tasks, you essentially click scheduled from the panel here under the Cowork tab, and then it brings you to this new view here. And as you can see, the one I set up runs every morning at 8 a.m. And here are some of the details or instructions that I had Claude help me write up for this scheduled task. As you can see, it scans the web and tries to find tweets from my feed for any updates with stuff like Figma, Framer, Claude, and other tools in the design space. Because if something interesting drops, I want to be able to bring it back to you guys or fold it into my own workflow if it feels like something that could actually help. So if I scroll back up here, I'm gonna click one of these scheduled tasks just to sort of show you what it usually returns. So after it pulls the latest updates from my sources, it writes a short summary of what it found or any issues it ran into during the scan, and then it provides a link for me to see the detailed result in my database. So as you can see, it ran into an issue running the Twitter scan because the Twitter API returned this 404 error, which has been happening a lot lately, which is kind of annoying, but this is just something I have to debug periodically. But let's take a look at what it shows me in the Notion database. All right, this is what it creates in Notion. It adds these section titles and a short summary of what it found with a link to the source this content came from. And the nice thing about it is all of this was done automatically and it runs every day by Claude, and it's actually pretty easy to set this up. Let me actually show you how I did it. From here, we're going to type / in the prompt box, and this pulls up a list of menu commands that you can use to trigger different things. So for this case, we're going to select schedule, which will allow us to create an automation. And then from here, we're going to type something like a daily digest for me of all the design news, trends, or releases from tools like Figma, Framer, Claude, and OpenAI. Ask me any relevant questions to set this up. We're going to say let's go. As expected, it's going to ask me a few follow-up questions to configure this automation. What time should the daily digest run? Let's say 8 a.m. Which days should I run? Let's go every day. Which sources / tools should be covered? Let's focus on the core 4 for now. What format and length? Let's go with a medium digest. Cool. Now it looks like it's ready to go. And to lock everything in, you just click schedule. I already have this automation set up, so I'm not gonna click that. But as you can see, it's pretty easy to set this up. And if you want to configure your automation to do stuff with other apps like I did with Notion, that uses a feature in Claude called connectors. To add connectors, click this customize option here from the panel on the left. Then we're going to click connectors here at the top. This brings us to the connectors page where you can hook Claude up to connect with other apps that you use. And as you can see, I've already set up connectors for all of these apps like Notion, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Gmail, and Figma, and they have a lot more that you can connect to. So if I click plus, you can browse all of their connectors to see all the possible apps you can connect Claude to and have it automate things for you. I mean, it's pretty wild what you can do with connectors. All right, and then we have the Claude Code tab. Honestly, this code tab was the one I was the most skeptical about when I first saw it, because I'm not a developer, I don't write code, and the name alone kind of put me off because I was thinking this was a feature built for engineers and not really for a designer like me. But the thing about Claude Code is that you're not actually writing any code at all. You're just describing what you want in plain English, having a single conversation with Claude. All right, so let's switch to the code tab so I can walk you through a really simple example of what I mean. So we're going to click this little code icon in the side panel. That's going to bring us to the code tab. And then from here, we want to go ahead and create an empty folder that Claude Code can drop all the project files into. So to do that, we're going to click this where it says Claude Demo in my case. We're going to open folder. I'm going to go to desktop, select Claude Demo, the same folder we were working from previously. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder that says Code Demo. So I'm going to say create and open that folder. And back here inside the prompt box, I want to say something like, create a simple Linktree style personal portfolio website that has a vibe switcher with light, dark, and playful modes that uses Tailwind CSS. So it didn't pick up on the last word. Create a simple Linktree style personal portfolio website that has a vibe switcher with light, dark, and playful modes that uses Tailwind CSS. So let's go ahead and run this and see what it creates. I'm going to go ahead and click allow. And as we can see, we got the first version of our little personal portfolio site here. It's got a link for a personal site, LinkedIn, GitHub, a blog, or even a way to shoot me an email. We have our vibe switcher. Let's see if it works. It doesn't always work on the first try. Yeah, I didn't expect it to. Sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it doesn't. But as you can see, from here, we can go back over here to the prompt box and debug some of the issues that we just found. So we can see how it works on mobile. We can mention that the vibe switcher isn't working and it'll fix it just from one prompt in the prompt box here. I'm not gonna go through that process. I just wanted to show you a quick example of sort of what you can build with Claude Code. Again, this is a very basic example of what you can build with Claude Code. Honestly, it's so powerful and there's a lot more you can do with it. I know that I personally have been building apps with it. For example, as I've been mentioning throughout this video, I built a text to audio app using Claude Code. I started with using Claude Chat, again, to work through that initial idea and to write the PRD. Then I copied that PRD and dropped it directly into Claude Code, and it built the first version of the app that you see here. I used the ugly version of this app for maybe a couple weeks before ultimately deciding to redesign it. And if you want to see my process for how I redesigned this app, I'll include a link to it on the screen somewhere or in the description below. But that's really the whole thing with Claude Code. The point of it is that you can build real working stuff using simple language and a conversation with Claude without ever having to write a single line of code yourself. And honestly, for designers, I think this is a pretty big deal because we've spent our careers designing things and then handing it off to someone else to actually build them. But with Claude Code, we can do both. We can design our ideas and then go and build them ourselves. That's a shift I don't think we've fully wrapped our heads around yet. So that's a quick rundown of how I use the three main parts of Claude as a designer. I use Chat for thinking through ideas, Cowork for actually getting things done, and Code for building apps and websites from scratch. Hopefully this gave you a decent overview of the Claude app and maybe a few ideas for how they can actually fit into your workflow as a designer. And look, Claude is just one part of a much bigger shift happening for designers right now. And if you really want to know how to win with AI this year, check out this video where I break down how to get ahead of 99% of designers. Check it out.